And action.
Great to be here. I was president of the San Francisco chapter from about 2005, I guess, until 2011. And, you know, when we think about the coalition from my standpoint, and I'm gonna try not to repeat the good points that Demita and Jasper just mentioned, I think about professional development. That's what we're about. So if you're interested in having access to resources to help you professionally develop your career, this organization is a resource, but you gotta work it. It's not gonna be given to you, you gotta work it, but it will pay off big time. The second thing I think about is community empowerment. The workshops that Jason have done in the community, Nicole have done in the community, Jasper have done in the community, Demita has done in the community, GAO, where we go out and talk to people. That is another big piece of what we do in mentoring and empowering our fellow Black community members. And then also influence and power. And people sometimes think of power as being a bad word, but power is important, influence is important, okay? So we operate in financial services. Financial services, as you know, is a strategic initiative designated by the US government. This is a really important area that we work in. So it's important to have Black people in this area. Jason mentioned that we are seeing a reduction in people who work in key areas in insurance, banking, financial planning, stock. So what happened? 2008, we had the financial crisis, 1600 block of 68th Avenue in Oakland, a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, 1-car garage, went to $75,000 in value. That's what they were picking them up for because of the financial crisis. People like BlackRock, Goldman Sachs came in and bought those things 100 at a time. Now a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. So they took it from a family that may have had it almost paid off, or had a $200,000 mortgage. They foreclosed. Now Barbara Lee and others voted for a bailout where we, the taxpayers, gave money to companies like Bank of America and others to help them stay on their feet, with the understanding that the community would get help. People who got reduction in pay, people who got laid off, we know that those kind of people. What happened? They took those properties, now they're back on the market at $500,000. So these families have had their credit damaged, they've lost their asset, and now you could buy the house back, but it's gonna cost you $500,000 to do it. So do you see what just happened? Now, the thing that we did, if you look at our website, national website, we showed families how to fight a foreclosure. We told them the things that Fannie Mae didn't want them to know. We told them the things that the banks didn't want them to know, that there were legal rights. That's what we do. That's another thing that we do. The other thing that we do is, I'm sitting here thinking, how can I help this person next to me make his next $100,000? How can I help Nicole make her next $1 million? How can I help Jasper make his next $2 million? How can I leverage or open a door for him? Do I have a relationship? If this person has earned my trust, that I can help him do that. That's the other thing that this organization does. Lastly, if you have a chance, take a look at the Leadership Conference website. The Trump rollbacks of civil rights actions in the last 2 years. Some of the things that they've done are just will blow your mind. Everything from the joint agreements on policing, where the federal government was going into different communities and shutting down these rogue police departments. They pulled all that out. To the Department of Education, Office of Civil Rights, they've gutted that. There's no civil rights element now inside the Office of Civil Rights. They've gutted the Department of HUD, Office of Civil Rights. The Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, which regulates our area, which we used to protect homeowners, they gutted that. When you look, and that's just the highlights, this is 20 pages of stuff. So our work is needed, but it's not just about doing the work, it's also about doing good while doing well. So that's all I have for now.
Thank you. I talked a little bit about